Hello guys, welcome back to my channel BioCascade. I hope you all are doing well. In the last video, I gave the introduction of the chapter Cells the Fundamental Unit of Life, and in this video I will continue the chapter. So in this video we will learn about plasma membrane. So we'll first look what is plasma membrane. So plasma membrane is the outermost covering of the cell and it separates the cell content from the environment and other cells. So इसका मतलब है कि जो हमारा सेल होता है, सेल के अंदर बहुत सारे कंपोनेंट्स आते हैं, साइटोप्लाज्म होता है, न्यूक्लियस होता है और भी सारी चीज़ें होती है. तो प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन एक तरह की बाउंड्री है जो उन सेल्स की चीज़ों को बाकी के एनवायरनमेंट से और दूसरे सेल्स से अलग रखती है. सो ये एक तरह की प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन उसको प्रोटेक्ट करती है और एक तरह का स्ट्रक्चर भी प्रोवाइड करती है कि हर एक सेल का मतलब क्या स्ट्रक्चर होएगा कि सेल जो है वो एक पर्टिकुलर स्पेस में रहेगा, सेल के कंपोनेंट्स इधर उधर फैले हुए नहीं है. जो ये प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन है वो सेल्स के स्ट्रक्चर को इंटैक्ट रखती है, उसको प्रोटेक्शन भी देती है. ठीक है, ओके. सो नाउ plasma membrane is mainly made up of phospholipid, bilayer and protein. Now we have discussed what is plasma membrane and now we will look at the functions of the look at the structure of the plasma membrane. Mainly the plasma membrane is made up of phospholipid, bilayer and protein. It is made up of phospholipid, bilayer and protein. Here phospholipid, here lipid means mainly we can say fats. Lipids are fats, we can say that. And phospho means phosphate. So the lipids which have phosphate group attached to them are called phospholipid. And bilayer means that there are two layers in the plasma membrane, two phospholipid layers. And proteins, the proteins are scattered in the phospholipid bilayer. Okay, and this structure of a plasma membrane is explained by the fluid mosaic model which was given by Singer and Nicholson. It is explained by fluid mosaic model. Now this fluid mosaic model was given by Singer and Nicholson. You can just remember the name, and the detailed study of this model is not in your course, and it's just very brief. You will learn about this in the 11th standard. So we will now look at the structure of plasma membrane. See, this is how the plasma membrane looks. Here these blue colored and these things, wait, these, see, these all are the phospholipids. These are the phospholipid and they are arranged in two layers. One is this layer and other is this layer. That's why it is called phospholipid bilayer. And now about this phospholipid, their structure is like this. See, so let's look at the structure of a phospholipid. See, phospholipids are like this. So this portion of the phospholipid is, we can say, it is a phosphate group. In the phospholipid it is a phosphate group. What is phosphate group? It's PO4 3 minus. Okay, so this is the phosphate group, or we can simply you can forget this PO4 3 minus and you can simply remember it as a phospholipid head. This region is known as the head. This region is head, HEAD, head. And these are the tails. These are the tail. It is the head and the tail. Now the head of the phospholipid, wait, we look the structure in detail here. So see, these phospholipid. So now the head of the phospholipid is hydrophilic. Now this hydrophilic, what did this hydrophilic mean? So hydro means water, H2, and philic means loving. So we can simply say that the head of the phospholipid is water loving, that they love water, while the tail is just exact opposite. It's hydrophobic. Hydrophobic means water hating. So these phospholipids, the head of the phospholipid is hydrophilic and tail is hydrophobic. So these, in the structure of the plasma membrane, these are arranged in such a way that both head, that the hydrophilic end, of the phospholipid face the water surface. See, the water surface is outside the cell also and inside the cell also. So these all heads are facing the outer surface, because they are water loving, because these cells are water loving, that's why they are facing the outer surface, and while the tails are water hating, so they are facing the inner surface, so that they does not contact with water. So now these phospholipid, and the now I have discussed about phospholipid. This is the protein. This is the protein, we can say. This is a protein which helps in the transport of molecules across the plasma membrane. It acts as a channel. Now we will see how these plasma membranes allow the transport of substances. So here the substances which are non-polar, that is which are not charged, or lipid soluble molecules, we can simply say the molecules or compounds which are soluble in lipid, can pass through the plasma membrane directly. See, these molecules are lipid soluble, they pass the membrane directly. These can be, example can be oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. Now what about those more compounds or protein, or those compound or molecules which are polar, or which are non lipid soluble molecules, or which are insoluble in lipids? So these will now, the proteins will come into picture and they will help them. The all insoluble lipid molecules will move to the proteins. Can you see this in this picture? The molecules are moving in through the protein. Here protein acts as a channel or a road for the molecules to pass through this layer. So this is the function of the, so this is mainly, this is the function of the protein. So only this much is in your course, and it's not that much detailed, and you will learn it in the 11th standard. Now we will see the functions of plasma membrane. Functions of the plasma membrane: first is keeps the cell intact, that is it keeps the structure of the cell, all the components of the cell in one place, at in proper orientation, and it is a protective barrier, which means it protects the cell from all the external environment and from every other way. It protects the cell. Now they regulate the transport in and out of the cell, that is selectively permeable. See here, selectively permeable matlab, here selectively permeable, I will tell you the meaning. So we can, for a membrane we can say there are three types of membrane: permeable, non-permeable, and selectively permeable or semi-permeable. So permeable means the membrane which is porous, or which allows the entry and exit of all the molecules, all the compounds. Simple. And non-permeable means which doesn't allow entry and exit of any compound. So semi-permeable membrane or selectively permeable membrane is the one which lies in the midway between the permeable and non-permeable. So it means that it allows the entry and exit of only certain molecules or certain compounds. See here, selectively only selected compounds then can pass through this plasma membrane or this membrane. That's why this plasma membrane is called selectively permeable membrane. Now now this is the function of the cell. It regulates, the plasma membrane regulates what is entering and what is exiting the cells, as it is permeable to only some selected things. So now the other function is small lipid soluble molecules, example oxygen, carbon dioxide, can pass easily. So जो लिपिड soluble compounds होते हैं वो आसानी से पास कर जाते हैं, और जो नहीं soluble होते वो उनको प्रोटीन्स हेल्प कराते हैं. तो जैसे कि ग्लूकोज है, सो जो प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन में जो प्रोटीन होता है, इट विल हेल्प ग्लूकोज टू पास थ्रू द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन, और जो वाटर होता है वो प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन से फ्रीली पास करता है. तो दीज आर द फंक्शंस ऑफ plasma membrane. Now we will move forward. Now we will learn about the diffusion, osmosis. So firstly I'll explain it here. What is diffusion? So diffusion, we can say that diffusion is a spontaneous movement of particles or substances from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration till equilibrium is attained. So what does it mean? First, spontaneous. So spontaneous means it occurs on its own. We can simply take that here are we can say that here are two regions. This is region A and this is region B. So in region A there are the we can say we can take any particular molecule. So the concentration of the molecules in region A are very high, and in region B there are very few molecules. So by the process of diffusion, so these molecules will move to the from region A to region B. Here region A is the region of higher concentration and region B is the region of lower concentration. So they will move to the to region B to equilibrate this condition, means to balance out the condition to so that both the regions have equal number of molecules. Both the regions have equal number of molecules. So diffusion is this thing only. मतलब कि जो मॉलिक्यूल्स है, जो सोल्यूट है, वो हायर कंसंट्रेशन जहाँ पे वो ज़्यादा है वहाँ से उस रीजन में जाएगा जहाँ पे वो कम है. We can simply say that the movement of solute from the region where they are more to a region where they are less. So this is meaning of diffusion. Simple and quite easy. Now we will look at osmosis. So this diffusion is we can say it's applicable for gases. Like mainly we will consider the gases here, although it's applicable for other things also, but we will look at consider only gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide. So oxygen and carbon dioxide comes in and out of the cell on basis of this. Now we will see how. So if we see this let us consider this is the cell membrane, this is the inside of the cell, this is the inside of the cell, and this is the outside of the cell. So outside, the O2 concentration, the concentration of oxygen is very high, and inside the cell it is very low. So what will happen through diffusion? What will happen through diffusion? The oxygen molecules will flow inside the cell, and this will lead to the equilibrium, and more oxygen level will rise inside the cell. And now we can say that carbon dioxide level in the cell is more and in the air it is less. So what will happen? The carbon dioxide from the inside of the cell will come to the outside of the cell, and both the regions will equilibrate. So this is how diffusion works for gases. This is how diffusion works. Now we will look about the osmosis. So osmosis is like this only. Instead we consider osmosis for water or liquids. So in osmosis what happens is there comes one additional thing, which is a membrane. We can say see, this is a membrane. Now it is same as diffusion. ये क्या है? diffusion से बिल्कुल सेम है, सब कुछ वही होता है. हायर कंसंट्रेशन से लोअर कंसंट्रेशन जाते हैं मॉलिक्यूल्स इक्विलिब्रियम के लिए. बस इसमें क्या होता है, बीच में एक मेम्ब्रेन आ जाती है, एक सेमी परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन आ जाती है, और इसमें मेनली हम लिक्विड्स और वाटर की मूवमेंट को कंसीडर करते हैं ऑस्मोसिस में. इन ऑस्मोसिस वी कंसीडर द मेनली द मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर. ओके. सो इसमें भी वही है कि जैसे अगर हम कंसीडर करें, लेट अस कंसीडर दिस इज अ सेल मेम्ब्रेन, दिस इज द इनसाइड ऑफ सेल, this is inside of cell, and this is outside. So outside the cell, the water concentration is very high, or the water levels are high outside the cell, and inside the water level is low. So what will happen? Water will flow from outside to inside the cell. In this case, a membrane. See, this is a semi-permeable membrane. This cell membrane we have studied plasma membrane as semi-permeable membrane. So here the term is used osmosis. In the case of diffusion, no osmosis term is in the diffusion, no membrane is there, or no membrane is used. It is membrane independent. But in osmosis, membrane is used. So this is mainly about diffusion and osmosis. Now we will learn some differences between diffusion and osmosis. So let's see here. First we will learn about the similarities. See here, these are the similarities of the process. Example of passive transportation. Passive means no utilization of energy. Both these events or both these processes doesn't require any energy at all. This is without energy. Passive means without utilization of energy. If we will say it is active, Then active means with the utilization of energy. So okay, so then second one, means to equilibrate concentrations of two. Means to equilibrate the concentrations of two. This means they want to equilibrate all the concentrations, they want to equalize the concentration, they want to do a balance on both the sides. So this is a similarity. But in osmosis, the difference is their movement moves through semi-permeable membrane. In osmosis, the substance of liquid or the solvents move from semi-permeable membrane, and it occurs in liquids only, while in diffusion no semi-permeable is needed, and it is true for solid, liquid as well as gases. Now in osmosis helps plants in absorbing water and maintaining stability, animals in transporting nutrients, and maintaining water at cellular level. So this is the function of osmosis. What osmosis do? By the means of osmosis, plants absorb water and they provide stability. And in animals, the transportation of nutrients are done by osmosis. Also in blood, the transportation of nutrients and waste material from blood to the cells, this occurs by osmosis. And diffusion helps in the exchange of gases, transpiration and photosynthesis. In mainly in the exchange of gases, in transpiration means the transpiration means we can say the movement of water vapor out of the plant cells through stomata. So it helps in transpiration. And in photosynthesis also, carbon dioxide is needed, oxygen is released. So these all processes are based on diffusion. So that's it about diffusion and osmosis. Now we will learn about some type of solutions. Like first is hypotonic solution. Now we will first see what are the definitions and I'll explain it to you. Okay, hypotonic solution. If the medium surrounding the cell has a higher water concentration than the cell, meaning that the outside solution is very dilute, the cell will gain water by endosmosis. Such a solution is called hypotonic solution and the cell will swell. So in this case what we are saying that, see, um, we will make two diagrams here. See, this is the beaker, and its water is there. So in it water is there, and this is the cell. Let me make it small. Let me make the cell small. See, this is the cell. So we are saying that in this cell the water press concentration is low. In this cell the water concentration is low. So here or in these sites water concentration is very high. Water concentration is high, which means the surroundings contain more water than in the cell. So what will happen? Now osmosis will occur. Now from water will move from the region of higher concentration to lower concentration. Here the region of higher concentration is this beaker, this water in the beaker, and the region of lower concentration is inside the cell. So water will move inside the cell, and this osmosis in which the solvent is moving inside the cell. So it is called endosmosis. It is called endosmosis. So water is moving inside the cell, so volume of the water will increase. So here this is the water, and now the cell will swell up. What will cell do? It was small here, now it will swell due to water, presence of water. इसमें क्या हुआ कि सेल छोटा था, उसमें कम वाटर कंटेंट था, उसके सराउंडिंग्स में ज़्यादा वाटर कंटेंट था, तो वाटर जो है एंड ऑस्मोसिस से अंदर आ गया, जिसकी वजह से क्या हुआ, सेल जो है वो स्वेल कर गया, वो उसमें पानी भर गया, तो वो स्वेल हो गया और वो बड़ा हो गया साइज में. तो यू कैन सी हियर द डिफरेंस. सो दिस इज now this type of solution is known as hypotonic solution. Hypotonic. Okay, hypo we can say we can say like we can say analogy like hypo, it correlates with the term hippo. Now hippo loves to live around water, enjoying in water. So we can say the cell is like a hippo, cell is swelled up in hypotonic solution. Okay. So now we'll move above. We can once again read the definition. Hypotonic solution: if the medium surrounding the cell has a higher water concentration than the cell, meaning that the outside solution is very dilute, the cell will gain water by end osmosis. Such a solution is called hypotonic solution. Here the terms you want to remember is this hypotonic solution and end osmosis. This end osmosis is very important. The osmosis in which the water is coming inside the cell, it is called end osmosis. Endo osmosis, it is shortened to end osmosis. So here endo, it means inside, and here one more is that outside solution is very dilute. If more water concentration is there, then it is more dilute, that is the water, the content of water is more, and if it will be less, so we can say it is concentrated. Okay, you are understanding the terms. In chemistry we use these terms, dilute and concentrate in those acid bases. Okay, so now this is the first kind of solution. Now we will learn the second kind of solution. So this is isotonic solution. Now here iso means same, iso means same. So it means, so we will read, if the medium has exactly the same water concentration as the cell, there will be no net movement of water across the cell membrane. Such a solution is called isotonic solution, and the cell will remain of same size. इसमें क्या कह रहे हैं कि जो सेल प्रेजेंट है, मतलब सेल के अंदर जो अमाउंट है वाटर का, वाटर कंसंट्रेशन जो सेल के अंदर है और जो सेल के बाहर है सराउंडिंग्स में, वो दोनों बराबर है. तो इसमें क्या होगा, कोई नेट मूवमेंट नहीं होगी. हाँ, मूवमेंट होगी वाटर की, मतलब थोड़ा वाटर अंदर आ रहा है, थोड़ा वाटर अंदर से बाहर जा रहा है. लेकिन अगर हम कंसीडर करें अगर हम ओवरऑल कंसीडर करें, नेट कंसीडर करें, नेट मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर, सो नेट मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर विल बी जीरो. नेट मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर विल बी जीरो. So such type of solution is isotonic. Here iso means same, and the cell will remain of the same size. Now, the cell will not shrink, the cell will not swell. So simple and so easy. Now we will move to the third kind of solution, hypertonic. Hyper. So if the medium has a lower concentration of water than the cell, meaning that it is very concentrated solution, the cell will lose water by exosmosis. Such a solution is called hypertonic solution, and the cell will shrink. अब इसमें क्या हो रहा है कि सेल के अंदर जो वाटर कंटेंट है वो हम कह सकते हैं कि ये हाइपोटोनिक सॉल्यूशन का उल्टा केस है. हाइपोटोनिक का उल्टा केस है. हाइपोटोनिक में क्या था कि सेल के बाहर जो है उसमें वाटर ज़्यादा था, सेल के अंदर कम था, तो वाटर बाहर से अंदर आ गया था, सेल स्वेल कर गया था. अब इसमें क्या है कि सेल के अंदर जो है वो वाटर ज़्यादा है और सेल के बाहर जो है वो वाटर कम है. सेल के बाहर कम है और अंदर ज़्यादा है. तो इक्विलिब्रियम मेंटेन करने के लिए क्या होगा, सेल से बाहर वाटर जाएगा. वाटर कहाँ जाएगा, सेल से बाहर. जैसे हम कह सकते हैं कि जैसे ये सेल है और ये बीकर है, तो इसमें क्या है, बीकर में कम वाटर है और वो सेल में ज़्यादा है, तो वाटर जो होगा वो सेल से बाहर जाएगा, जिससे क्या होगा कि बीकर में इक्विलिब्रियम आएगा. तो सेल में से वाटर अब निकल गया, तो सेल क्या करेगा, वो श्रिंक कर जाएगा, मतलब साइज में छोटा हो जाएगा. तो इसका यही मतलब है हाइपरटोनिक सॉल्यूशन, कि बाहर कम कंसंट्रेशन है, अंदर ज़्यादा कंसंट्रेशन है. मतलब कि वी कैन से दैट बाहर वाटर अमाउंट कम है और अंदर ज़्यादा है, तो अंदर से बाहर जाएगा. और इस ऑस्मोसिस को कहेंगे एक्सऑस्मोसिस, एक्सोऑस्मोसिस. सो एक्सो मतलब आउटसाइड. सो इसमें इस ऑस्मोसिस में जो पानी है, जो वाटर है, वो सेल से बाहर जा रहा है, तो इसलिए एक्सोऑस्मोसिस और सॉल्यूशन हाइपरटोनिक हो गया. अब हम इसका डायग्राम भी देख लेते हैं. ये रहा. इस डायग्राम से हम समझते हैं, हमने जैसे समझ लिया है पर फिर भी एक बार देख लेते हैं. See, this is a normal red blood cell. This is a normal red blood cell. So अब देखेंगे कि आइसोटोनिक सॉल्यूशन की बात करें, नॉर्मल सॉल्यूशन है, बाहर जितना वाटर कंसंट्रेशन है उतना ही वाटर कंसंट्रेशन अंदर है. तो वाटर मूवमेंट तो हो रही है, कुछ वाटर अंदर आ रहा है, कुछ बाहर जा रहा है, लेकिन ओवरऑल नेट मूवमेंट हमारी जीरो. इसलिए जो ब्लड सेल है वो उतना का उतना ही रहा. हाइपोटोनिक सॉल्यूशन में क्या है, बाहर वाटर कम है और अंदर बाहर वाटर ज़्यादा है. हाइपोटोनिक में अंदर कम है. ये एक्चुअली जो दिखा रहे हैं इस पिक्चर में, ये हमें बात का दिखा रहे हैं, बाहर ज़्यादा है वाटर, अंदर कम है. तो क्या हुआ, बाहर से जो वाटर है वो अंदर आ गया, जिसकी वजह से ये ओरिजिनल साइज था, सेल का। अब ये सेल क्या हो गया, स्वेल कर गया, देखो ये साइज में बढ़ गया, तो इसका मतलब है ये हाइपोटोनिक सॉल्यूशन है, बाहर से अंदर मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर हुई। और इस केस में क्या है कि बाहर कम कंसंट्रेशन था, इनिशियली कंसंट्रेशन था और सेल के अंदर ज़्यादा था, तो सेल के अंदर से वाटर बाहर चला गया, वाटर फिर इक्विलिब्रियम मेंटेन हुआ, जिसकी वजह से जो सेल ने वाटर लूज किया और सेल श्रिंक कर गया, सेल अपने साइज से छोटा हो गया। तो यहाँ पे लिखा है डाइल्यूट, कंसंट्रेटेड, shrunken, red blood cell, swollen red blood cell. Okay, I'm sure that all these are pretty much clear to you. Okay, all these are pretty much clear to you. Now we'll move to the next topic, and this is the last topic of this video: endocytosis. This endocytosis. See, now due to the, now I have not discussed earlier but why we say the cell membrane, the fluid mosaic model, because the plasma, because the phospholipids are, they are always floating. They are, we can say, they are not just still, they keeps on floating like this, so they are fluid nature, they have fluid nature. And mosaic, why mosaic? Have you seen the you have seen the mosaic tiles, which mosaic tiles put on the floor, which have some different designs scattered here and there. So in the same way, in the plasma membrane also, in the phospholipid bilayer, the proteins are scattered here and there, which gives mosaic like appearance. So that's why it's called a fluid mosaic model. So now this fluidity, the fluidity of the membrane helps the cell to do some functions, and one example is endocytosis. So we'll see what is endocytosis. Endocytosis is a cellular process in which substances are brought into the cell. The material to be internalized is surrounded by an area of cell membrane which then buds off inside the cell to form a vesicle containing the ingested material. So अब हम इसको एक डायग्राम के थ्रू समझेंगे। हम एक अमीबा को कंसिडर करेंगे। We will consider an amoeba. You all know what is an amoeba. So let's draw the diagram. So this diagram is important for understanding also. See, amoeba is regular shape. So see, I have made this amoeba, and this is the nucleus, and these are the cytoplasm. So here comes a food component, the food of amoeba. Okay, now amoeba is encountering a food. Now what it will do, we all know amoeba has it is regular in shape, cytoplasmic it can make cytoplasmic extension known as pseudopodia. What is it called? Pseudopodia. Pseudopodia. Pseudo means false, podia means feet, false feet. So this feature by amoeba is shown due to cell membrane, due to fluid nature of cell membrane. Now what will happen, that this food is here, and the amoeba will surround surround this food particle like this. Amoeba will do extensions. See, amoeba has done extensions around this particle. It has done extensions. So see how the plasma membrane is coming forward and changing its shape, and it is helping catching the prey. So in the next we'll see that the both ends, both sorry, here, see, the both ends of the pseudopodia will fuse together. See, they will come and join here, and they will fuse together. I will make it, see, this fusion I will show this fusion. So they will fuse together and they will form a vesicle. This is the nucleus. I'm making the food. So this is the food. Now this food is enclosed in a vesicle or in a vacuole. In a vacuole, now amoeba will secrete the enzymes. It will digest the food and it will be digested. And now after this, the amoeba will look like earlier. It will have its alternate shape. Its shape as it was earlier. Okay, so this step which amoeba has done by advancing its pseudopodia on the prey, then joining the pseudopodia from the two sides, then fusing it, then making a vacuole or vesicle, and then digesting the food. So this is the endocytosis. This process is known as endocytosis. It means it is the flexibility of the membrane. It is due to the flexibility of the membrane by which the amoeba or the cell can change its shape and do its some metabolic functions. Like we'll move to the definition. See, endocytosis is a cellular process in which substances are brought into the cell. Means substances जो है वो सेल के अंदर आते हैं. The material to be internalized is surrounded by an area of cell membrane. मतलब जिस मटेरियल को हमें अंदर लेना है वो उसको क्या सेल मेम्ब्रेन का एक एरिया सराउंड कर लेगा और फिर क्या होएगा विच देन बट्स ऑफ इनसाइड द सेल. मतलब वो सेल के फिर अंदर चला जाएगा. बट्स ऑफ मतलब एक बड फॉर्म हो जाएगा, वेसिकल एक वैक्यूल फॉर्म हो जाएगी और वो सेल के अंदर चला जाएगा. मतलब दोनों साइड से वो फ्यूज कर जाएगी मेम्ब्रेन और एक वेसिकल बन के वो अंदर चला जाएगा. और उसके बाद क्या होएगा और फिर उस वेसिकल में जो होगा वो इंजेस्टेड मटेरियल होगा, जो भी मटेरियल इंजेस्ट कराए. तो थैंक यू. वी विल लुक द अदर टॉपिक इन माई नेक्स्ट वीडियो. टिल देन and if you have any doubts in this portion, then please do let me know in the comments. I will entertain your doubts in comments also and in next video also. So please learn this. This is very important topic, and share this, like this video, share this video with all your friends, and please comment how the video goes for you. Okay, and if you have not subscribed my channel, then please subscribe my channel. Thank you.